everyone. Today we're going to learn about writing equations using slope-intercept to help us write those equations. Let's take a look at this first question. Write an equation of a line that passes through the point -1, 3 and has a slope of -4. So let's take a look at this. We have -1, 3. So the -1 is obviously our x value and 3 is our y value. Let's see if I can make that a little bit better. There's the y. All right. So x, y, and slope. I write y equals mx plus b twice to remind me that there's two steps to this process. The first one, we're going to plug in the x, the y, and this obviously is the slope, which is also m. So y is a 3, so I replace it with 3. Slope is -4, so I replace m with -4. And x, it says is a -1, so I put a parenthesis, -1. And then it says plus b. So let's go ahead and multiply -4 times -1. You get a +4. 3 equals 4 plus b. Subtract your 4 from both sides. This 3 minus 4 is -1. 4 minus 4 is nothing. And then, of course, we bring down our b. So we have b is -1. Now, we go back up here and we use it one more time. So we have y equals, the slope of our line is -4, so we have to use the same slope, -4x. And this was our b value, so replace b with -1. So what we do is we write the y equals mx plus b twice. The first time we do substitution of x, y, and m. The second step is to go ahead and write the equation one more time with the same slope and the b value that you found. All right. Let's take a look at our next screen. They're showing you again. Oops, 1 second. I'm so sorry. All right, here we go. I would like you guys to try this. Now, before you get started, I want to make sure that you go ahead and write y equals mx plus b, our slope-intercept. Y equals mx plus b. That's to remind you there's two steps to this process. Remember, this is your x, this number is your y, and slope is m. All right, pause your video and give it a try and see if you can come up with the equation for a line that passes through 6, 3 and has a slope of 2. Welcome back. Let's see how you did. With all of that plugged in, you should be able to get y equals 2x minus 9. This is your slope, 2. And when you plug in your 6, your 3, and your 2 into this equation, the b value was -9. That's why this is -9. All right, next question. This time, they make it a little bit more challenging. They don't hand you over the slope. So we have to practice making sure we know how to do slope. I'm going to go ahead and grab a pen. And slope. I take y minus y, so -1 minus 5. And on the bottom I have x minus that x, minus the -2. So on the top I get -6. And on the bottom, oops, this becomes a big old plus sign. 2 plus 2 is 4. Reduce the fraction if you can. 6 divided by 4. It doesn't turn out nicely, but it can be, both of them can be divided by 2. So we get -3 over 2 for our slope. So this one's going to be a little bit longer process. Now that we have a slope, we write y equals mx plus b twice. To remind ourselves, the two-step process. We can choose either one of these points to use. I'm just going to choose the first one. Here's x, here's y, and here is my slope. Remember that? So I need to substitute in these. So I'm going to substitute my y value as a 5. Now it doesn't matter which point I choose. I'm just choosing that particular one just to go in order. So there's 5. And my slope was -3/2, so I type or write in -3/2. And my x value is a -2, so I write in -2 there. And it says plus b, so I write plus b? Well, let's see. Negative 3 times negative 2 is a positive 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So I have 5 equals 3 plus b. Subtract your 3, subtract your 3. So 2 equals b. Now, second step, let's plug these in. Y equals, grab your slope, negative 3 halves x, and grab your b, plus 2. So although this one has an extra step up here, you have to figure out your slope, the process is the same as the first example. You get your slope, you grab one of the points, place x, y, and m into this slope-intercept form to get a b value. Then write your slope in and your b value, and you're done. All right. Try it. Oops, I'm sorry. There's how to do it. Yeah, sorry about that. Here's the question for you guys to try out. Pause your video and give it a try. All right. Remember, I should see all the work for this, but your final answer is y equals negative x minus 1. The slope was a negative 1, and your b value happened to turn out to be negative 1 also. All right, we'll see you guys in a little bit. I'll have another video for you. Thank you.